Hello students, today's our topic is the comparative financial statements or analysis. Financial data of two or more years are presented in a competitive form, depicts absolute data, increase or decrease in absolute data and in terms of percentage. Well, something more is required to find out the real truth, and for this purpose the financial statements are intelligently scrutinized, which is called analysis and interpretation of financial statements. Why we use the analysis of financial statements? Financial statements analysis comprises all the techniques employed by users of financial statements to show important relationship in the financial statements. Basically students, for the purpose of analysis, individual items are studied, their relationship with other relevant figures is established, and the data is sometimes rearranged to have better understanding of the information with the help of various techniques or tools for the purpose. First of all, the comparative financial statement help in understanding the real position more easily and conveniently. Secondly, it throws sufficient light on the trend. Now the trend could be moving towards progress or not. It is related to the performance, efficiency and position. Basically, the objectives of analyzing any financial statements covers the earning capacity, the managerial efficiency, solvency, forecasting and budgeting, and more important thing is for interfirm comparison. Next is, as I say, we have to study the status of two companies, okay, and whenever we have to make comparison, that these analysis are the best tools. It emphasizes on the changes due to transformation of assets, liabilities or capital in the form of one another. It not only shows the book value but also explains the trends of these values, and finally it shows the compact of operational functioning. Hence you can say that for highlighting the financial weakness of any firm, or for studying the growth prospects, to identify the financial weakness of the firm and to suggest the remedial measures, and to determine the growth prospects of different divisions as well as of the firms as a whole. So the analysis portion is the best method to check all the relevant studies. Next is, here you can see it is a balance sheet of a company where the particulars are given. The previous year is 2014, 31st March, and the current year is 2015, where you can see the equity share capital is given 25 lakh and 25 lakh both year. Non-current assets 30 lakh and 36 lakhs. Reserve and surplus is given rupees 5 lakh in 2014 and 6 lakh in 2015. Non-current investment the company has of rupees 5 lakh in the year 2014, and in 2015 it is also remain the same, the amount is 5 lakh only. Long-term loan is 15 lakh in 2014, while it shifted 15 lakh again in 2015. When we talk about the current assets, the position is 15 lakh in the year 2014, and in the present year the current assets has been decreased and it comes to rupees 10 lakh 50,000. The position of current liabilities are 5 lakh in the year 2014, and current liabilities increased in the current year, and it has been increased to rupees 5 lakh 50,000. Now from this particular problem we have to prepare the comparative balance sheet, okay. Now this balance sheet, whenever students, we have to study the analysis and we have to interpret the changes. Basically we have to prepare 5 columns. One is for the particulars, second column is for the previous year, third column is the current year, fourth column is for the absolute change, and the fifth column is for showing the changes in percentage. So now again, this is according to the Company Act 2013, Schedule 3rd. Now how we have to solve this numerical? First of all, the first heading is for the equity and liabilities. Now see how many items are related with equity and liabilities. As you can see, the first one is the shareholders fund. Now shareholders fund says that in the company the equity share capital position is rupees 25 lakh in the year 2015, and in the 2015 again is 25 lakh. Okay, so you can see there is no absolute change at all, so this will be blank. Now when we will see the changes in the percentage, the formula is the absolute change into 100 divided by the previous year amount. Okay, but here as you can see there was no absolute change, so the percentage will be nil. Okay, so equity share capital, there is no changes at all, neither in the case of absolute changes nor in the percentage. Now move to the reserve and surplus. Now the balance sheet says that the company has rupees 5 lakh in the year 2014. Now this reserve and surplus increases into rupees 6 lakh in 2015. Hence you can see there is absolute change of 1 lakh. Okay, so here we will mention rupees 1 lakh in the absolute change column. Moving to the proportionate change, you can see in percentage, as I say, the formula is absolute change. Now what is the absolute change? 1 lakh into 100, and that would be divided by the amount in 2014, which is 5 lakh. Okay, so the changes in percentage is 20. So we will mention the 20% in the fifth and last column. Now moving to the non-current liabilities. Now again, if we study the balance sheet, the long-term loans are rupees 15 lakh in the year 2014, while 15 lakh again you can see in the 31st March 2014 itself. Now again, no absolute change, no changes in percentage, so both will be nil. Now move to the current liabilities, students. As you can see, current liabilities were rupees 5 lakh in the 31st March 2014, while current liabilities has been increased into 5 lakh 50,000. Again you can see the absolute change, it is showing rupees 50,000. So what you have to do, mention rupees 50,000 in the absolute change column. Now moving to the percentage change, as I say, for computing the changes in percentage, absolute change 50,000 upon 5 lakh into 100. So what we are getting? 10%. Okay, so current liabilities increased at the rate of 10%. Well, total equity and liabilities. Now what we have to do, now sum up all the total of equity and liabilities. You will get the total, and that would be the heading of the equity and liabilities. Well, in the year 2014, the total is coming 50 lakh. On 31st March 2015, the total of all the equity and liabilities is coming rupees 51 lakh 50,000. And the absolute change is showing 1 lakh 50,000. Hence now absolute change, how we have to compute, students? Earlier what we did, as you can see, this 1 lakh of reserve and surplus is the minus amount. Okay, 5,000 minus 6,000. So the answer was coming in negative, and here the 50,000 of the current liabilities, it is also the minus, because earlier the company has 5 lakh, but in the current it is 5 lakh 50,000. So here 5 lakh minus, again this 50,000 is negative. So what we have to do, minus minus would be plus. Okay, so here when we will do the two total, what we have to do, 1 lakh minus 50,000 is again minus, so it would be plus. Okay, so here 1 lakh 50,000 is the total of absolute change. Moving to the changes in percentage, as you can see the changes is 3. How we have to compute? Again we have to apply the formula. The formula is the absolute change. Here we will take the absolute change of the total. What is that? That is 1 lakh 50,000. 1 lakh 50,000, now it would be divided by the total change, the total equity and liabilities, that is 5 lakh. So 1 lakh 50,000 upon 50 lakh into 100. We are getting the percentage, that is the 3%. Okay, so here we have taken the total. Now move to the B column, that is for the assets. As you can see, the non-current assets are 30 lakh in 2014. And in 2015, the non-current assets are 36 lakh. So you can see there is an absolute change of plus 6 lakh. Okay, so you can see there is a positive relationship. Now Again, by applying the formula, we will get the 20% here. That is the changes in percentage. Now move to the current liabilities. As you can see, non-current liability investments are 5 lakh and 5 lakh only. So no changes at all. So you will show nothing. Now move to current assets. The balance sheet is showing the position of current assets, that is 15 lakh in 2014 and 10 lakh 50,000 in 2015. Hence you can see there is a positive change. Okay, the answer is plus 4 lakh 50,000 because it has been increased. So definitely showing the positive association. Well, here we will get rupees 4 lakh 50,000. Now when we talk about this percentage change, again by applying the formula, absolute upon the previous year amount into 100, we will get the 30%. Okay, now the total assets. Total assets, again what you have to do, you have to sum up the B column. Here we will take all the assets that will define the total assets of previous year, that is rupees 50 lakh, and 2015 it is coming rupees 51 lakh 50,000. Hence again, as I say, it was showing the plus. Okay, 6 lakh was positive and this 4 lakh 50,000 is again positive. Okay, so it was showing the growth of this company. So plus, here what we have to do, minus. Okay, now this would be minus 6 lakh minus 4 lakh 50,000, that is will be 1 lakh 50,000. Now the changes in percentage, by using the formula 1 lakh 50,000 into 100 upon 50 lakh, will get the answer 3%. That is the percentage change. Now students, the main thing, the theme of this numerical is as a manager, management accountant, what is the conclusion, what we got, what is the picture exactly, what analysis you have found. Well, see, it's very much showing that the company's position is quite better. Okay, it is showing its efficiency also. Equity and liabilities are in better way, as well as the total assets, which were rupees 50 lakh, has been increased also. So you can say that the equity, the liabilities, as well as the total assets have been increased. So that's why it is showing the efficient and satisfactory position of a company. So there is no need to take steps to maintain the solvency or to maintain the liquidity of the firm. The company is doing quite well.